Hi everyone! So, I'm back with another perfume video and this one's kind of interesting. So, today I'm going to talk about some fragrances that I feel are underrated. And by underrated, I don't mean like, oh, I think more people need to be talking about it. By underrated, I mean like I have not heard much about these perfumes. Like sometimes, you hear stuff on social media and everything, but I have not heard much about these perfumes. I have not heard a lot of reviews about these perfumes, and even when I was doing my research for these perfumes, I couldn't find much about it. So these are underrated Middle Eastern perfumes that I am curious to know more about, and that I feel like, okay, let's see what it's all about. So our first perfume is Ajwaa Concentrated by Nusuk. This one, I do admit I have seen it, but I have not seen it reviewed that much. Before anything, the notes. Top notes, blackcurrant, pear, and rhubarb. Middle notes, tuberose, orange, and rose. Base notes, sandalwood, and hazelnut. We got it in the box. Of course. I'm gonna unbox it. This is the bottle. So it's full like velvet. Like it's felt. It is extremely red, by the way. But it's, I do kind of like the bottle. It is simple, but at the same time, there is something grand about it. So I do appreciate that, there are some details like on the cap. Ooh, let it focus. Yeah, on the cap. And this like emblem right here. Like, I do think it's kind of cool. It's a cool bottle. But let's see if it's a cool fragrance. I'm excited. So right at the bat, I get that pear. I get that currant. I would say like it progresses really quickly because I've already started getting the rose and the orange and the florals. Overall, my first impression is it's a very perfumey perfume, If I had to break it down, I would say, that rose is highlighted, that pear is the rose is honestly a little overpowering in this. Like, it is a lot of rose. And I think that's what makes it feminine. And it's a very feminine perfume. I'm not getting much of the hazelnut. I do get orange. I do get some of the citruses and the freshness from like the pear and everything that is there. It is cool in temperature, so I think spring, summer, it's kind of that vibe. And I think the florals kind of make it more like spring, But it's a very perfumey and it's very strong. It is long-lasting. It's a long-lasting blend. These are my impressions with the way it progresses, I don't think it gets to the point to the base notes. I don't think it gets to sandalwood and hazelnut. I was kind of expecting, with the notes to for it to warm up a little bit with that sandalwood and hazelnut. But it's really not. I think it just stays at the middle notes. I think the middle notes are so strong. Definitely that rose overpowers most of the notes. So if you're not into rose, this is not your perfume. If you're not into like really rosy perfumes, you can avoid this. You have to love your florals, you have to love your rose, you have to love that citrus floral combination. Sometimes for some people it can be too soapy. And this also kind of gives me a shampoo vibe. It is soapy, it's clean, it's soft feminine, I would say. Sometimes smelling the perfume kind of gets to you. Because before this, I did film another perfume video. So I think I'm getting to that point in the video making, filming process where the perfume is like, when I inhale it, it goes to my brain. But yeah, it is very feminine. It's very rosy. It's very perfumey. It's long lasting. It is cool in temperature. I don't think age matters in this. I don't think it's a mature perfume or it's a very juvenile perfume. I think it's just all ages. I think this is a very generic perfume. It kind of reminds me, because I'm like thinking about it, like what can I compare it to? There are two perfumes. I think Infinity Rose and Flor Oud by Khadlaj. Like, I feel like these are very, very similar. Like, it's not the same. Don't get me wrong, it's not the same. But these are kind of like similar tones. These are very similar. Like, if I had to put them all in, like, they can all go into one category, which is your citrus florals. They're very similar to each other. It just kind of stays in the middle notes. I don't know what to say. I'll try to get back to it. I'll try to keep it, like, let it progress for a little bit. But so far, just kind of staying at that rose, that, you know, kind of hint of citrus, and that's that. So if this perfume was a person, because you guys really liked it when I did that in like my last couple of videos. So if this perfume was a person, and I will always, okay, you know, I keep interrupting. I will always do the segment for new perfumes that I smell. So anytime if it's like a haul or something new, if there's new perfumes being introduced, I will always do this. So stay tuned. Anyways, finally, let me get into it. If this perfume was a person, they would probably love to go outside in the summers to visit their friends and family, okay? But that's not it. That's not it. We're not stopping there. They're probably gonna be the type of person to suggest playing games, okay? They're gonna be, yeah, let's play charades. Let's play, you know, they're very like sweet and like cheerful like that. I think that's the vibe that I'm getting, you know, they want to have fun. They're very sweet. They're a sweetheart, you know? But I don't know why it's the specific example. Like, it's summertime, they're at their like family or friends' house, and they're like, hey, let's play charades. I don't know, guys. The algorithm doesn't lie. My brain algorithm doesn't lie. But the price is $30 for 100 ml. Now, it can be varying because I tried to find one website. It either took me to eBay or it took me to like random websites. There is a range, but I think the cheapest, like the lowest list that I got off of Fragrantica is $30 for 100 ml. The Fragrantica rating is 4.36 out of 5. My personal rating, it's a 7 out of 10. This is a great rose perfume. Rose does not particularly offend me, but I know for a fact that if I cannot do more than like 2 to 4 sprays because I know I will get overwhelmed and I will get like very like, it might give you a headache because that rose is very sweet. But it's a good rose perfume, I would say. Our next perfume is Nectar of Ecstasy by Fragrance World. So, your notes. Top notes, acai berry and blueberry. Middle notes, lily of the valley and freesia. Base notes, sweet. Ooh, there was a little bit of a stutter there, sorry about that. You will notice this about me because I feel like there's only so much I can edit. But I do kind of sometimes stutter, so just getting that out there. But base notes, sweet notes, cedar and amber. Gotta unbox. Cute box, you know, it's kind of giving like a painting. I appreciate that. I'm gonna open this. Opens to like a really nice like yellow. I do like this yellow, I will say. Okay, that's an interesting bottle right there. Oh my god, I feel like I'm having deja vu. I feel like I did this, oh my gosh. But it's a very interesting bottle. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But it is giving Nectar of Ecstasy. It's giving nectar. The nectar, I get it. It's pollen, bees. So just right off the bat, I do expect this to kind of be like a springy perfume, but let's see if I'm right. Right off the bat. Like, I'm talking first impression, a berry gummy. Like, you know those like vitamin gummies that come like strawberry or like berry flavored? This smells like that. Oh my god, it smells exactly like that. So that's it. That's it for this perfume. A lot of people say it smells like hairspray. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, it just smells like specifically a grape gummy. If I had to even specify the berry, I would go either cherry or grape. Grape. I would go grape. So basically, top notes, acai berry, blueberry. Very synthetic. Not the fruits. Very synthetic. There's like the essences of these berries. And then I think the sweet notes. And honestly, I do think some of the florals are kind of giving it that gummy, candy kind of a texture. Not texture, I mean that kind of a essence to it. So the longevity is moderate. Like, already it's starting to fade. It's kind of, yeah, like it's turning into nothing now. But it is moderate. It's feminine. And this is cool temperature. Like, you know how I said I expect it to be springy? Yeah, checks out. It's cool in temperature, spring, summer, but that kind of a berry gummy note, very, very strong. If this perfume was a person, probably they would be very bubbly and playful, kind of childishy, I'm thinking, but very bubbly and very playful. and they would probably always have a piece of candy on them. Like there's some people that like just pull out pieces of candy from like their bags or their pockets or something. This is that person. Like they will always have a piece of candy with them. And I think this is just like the whole gummy thing, that whole Willy Wonka-esque theme that I'm getting in my head. But yeah, that's it. As it progresses, like it does become a little more like, because to me it seemed really juvenile, the scent, but it does mature as the berries kind of like go away a little bit, as that amber kind of comes in. But at that point the presence of the perfume is just really mild. Like I really just like you know, I need to inhale for me to actually smell this perfume on this right now. The price for this perfume is, it ranges from $40 to $50 for 100 ml. The Fragrantica rating is 4.02 out of 5. My personal rating, this is a 3 out of 10. Only because personally I am not that big of a fan of berry perfumes. I think berry mango is kind of the red zone for me, where I'm like, no. So just for me, this is not it. But if you like your berry perfumes, if you like your berry candy perfumes, yes. Yes. Now our next perfume is Velvet Rose by Lattafa. I'm excited for this one because it just looks so elegant. It looks so demure. But the top notes are rose and patchouli. Middle notes, musk and labdanum. Oh my gosh, I can't pronounce this. It's labdanum. Base notes, musk and amber. So basically what I am expecting is musk and rose. This is what it is. The unboxing, it's very nice. I love this. It's simple, it's cute. That color, first of all, love this mauve color. One of my favorite colors. You open it, oh, I have to say, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Like, I would be lying to you if I was like, I'm not impressed. This is pretty gorgeous. I like this. Here is a closer look at the bottle. Very pretty bottle. It has a pink hue. And it's kind of, it's giving column. It's giving rosé, you know? But let's see. Yeah. Musk and rose. Personally, I do kind of like this. It is kind of Arabian. It's kind of giving me that kind of like an Arabian, like a desert rose kind of a vibe. But actually it's very, it is powdery. There's like something, maybe it might be the musk and the rose together. Like it's kind of giving, it's powdery. It's very soft, feminine, very clean girl. It is neutral in temperature, I do think. And it is sweet. It is this color. It is this color. But there's something, I think it's the musk that's making it mature. Sometimes I feel like rose perfumes kind of risk smelling very juvenile sometimes. And just sweet. They just smell sweet. But this, honestly, it does give me a bit of a mature vibe. I think the musk kind of makes it more mature than anything, you know? And then eventually that amber kind of comes in. But it's a very simple perfume. I think this is very simple. For the most part, it stays consistent with the notes. You know, that rose is consistently there. That musk is there. Like, it's not that varying, and it's not that, like, if you want a safe buy and you really like rose perfumes, this is pretty good. It's very mature, I would say. It is moderate in longevity, and like I said, neutral temperature, so I think it's good for any weather. But if this perfume was a person, I picture this perfume would be a very dainty woman, okay, who loves going to malls and usually goes towards the luxury brands, like the high-end fashion jewelry brands. Like she's probably getting a Van Cleef bracelet right now. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting rich, I'm getting soft, I'm getting dainty. That's the best way to summarize this. The price is $19 for 100 ml. Fragrantica rating is 3.79 out of 5. My personal rating is a 7 out of 10. I think this is a good rose perfume. It's a very mature rose perfume. I honestly kind of like the musk. I like the role the musk is playing in making it more delicate, you know? Now, our next perfume is Rave Now by Lattafa. Another Lattafa perfume. Top notes are red fruits and orange. Middle notes, marshmallow, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Base notes, vanilla, musk, and moss. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But unboxing. Very pink. Literally everything is pink. It is like literally like it's cloth. Like If you can see like the threads coming out, I don't know if you can see that, but it's literal cloth. One thing I have noticed, mostly Latafa textures, like they add texture to their boxes, which is very interesting. But here is the bottle. There's something about this bottle that is just very bold. I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that it's like super pink and black. I don't know, pink and black kind of takes me back a little bit. I think 12-year-old Amina would have ate this up. Pink and black, oh my gosh, like you're talking girly and goth at the same time. I don't get that much of the orange. And honestly, I do not know what it means by red fruits, I will say in the notes. I think it goes straight to the marshmallow and the jasmine initially. And then eventually your vanilla kind of comes in, your musk kind of comes in. Okay, to me this is a very perfumey perfume. It's very generic, it's very safe. And also the bottle does, like, the perfume smells like what this bottle looks like. Yeah, I'm getting vanilla, I'm getting marshmallow, I'm getting jasmine. There are some green notes in this. Maybe it might be like the red fruits might be contributing to it. So this is cool in temperature. So spring, summer, perfect. And it's very feminine. Like I said, it looks like the bottle. So if this is your vibe, it's very candy-like, very desserty, very sweet. And it is moderate in longevity. But I do think, weirdly, this is a very safe and generic perfume. There is a part of this is kind of like June, like kind of smells like those, like, you know, body mists that you used to get, but it's kind of giving that. So if this perfume was a person, they are someone who constantly lives in the 2000s era. Like, I'm talking listens to all those songs, you know, like Kesha, and they probably dress up like that too. You know, they have those like kind of Tumblr bangs and that like eyeliner and all of that stuff. Like, they are constantly living in the 2000s era, you know, your Hilary Duff, your Lindsay Lohan era. Like, that's what I get with this perfume. Very slick. I get very, you know, I will never let you down when it comes to detail. It's very specific descriptions. But the price is $22 for 100 ml. The Fragrantica rating is 4.12 out of 5. My personal rating is a 6 out of 10. I like it. Yeah, I would wear it, but it's okay. It's okay. Like, it's not offensive. Very generic. Kind of takes me back. It does kind of take me back, I will say. It is kind of like a little bit of nostalgia for me, which is why I think it is a 6 out of 10 rather than a... Usually, okay, so basically, if it's a 5 out of 10, that means I'm completely indifferent to the fragrance. So I think the nostalgia for me will kind of, it just bumps it up a point, some brownie points, you know? And it makes it a 6 out of 10. Okay, I have talked enough about this. I am going to move on now that you know my grading scale. Our next perfume is Saher Roses by Al Absar. Your notes. Top notes: lemon, nutmeg, bergamot, grapefruit, rhubarb, caramel. Sorry, I had to take a minute with every word because I knew I was gonna mess that up. Middle notes: lily of the valley, jasmine, rose. Base notes: musk, tonka, cashmere, ambergris, vanilla, vetiver. So it kind of sounds to me that this has a little bit of everything. You've got your lemon, you've got your jasmine and your rose, like your florals. You've got your musk. You've also got tonka in there. I'm intrigued. But here is the bottle. The box. Very cute, very textured. It also has this like velvety thing going on. Now open it. Very cute bottle. Interesting. Very interesting. So I guess maybe the vibe might be similar. I don't know. Okay, it starts off very sharp. It starts off very green, and then I think it's the rhubarb because it kind of becomes leafy. It starts very sharp and green, and I think the rhubarb and the grapefruit kind of turn it into like a little herbal. Like, it becomes herbal, you know? Like, and by grapefruit, I mean the rind of the grapefruit, not the actual like pulp. It's very herbal, and then slowly it kind of sweetens up with the rose. So I was kind of expecting this because the bottles look so similar. I guess subconsciously I was like, it'll smell like very girly and very powdery, but it's not. It's definitely more sharp, and it's very herbal. It's very green, I would say. I'm not getting the caramel. I'm not getting much of the vanilla either, but I'm gonna wait for it to macerate a little bit. The rose eventually comes in. But I don't think this is very sweet rose. Like, I don't think it's overpowering. It's interesting. It's definitely not what I was expecting, which is why I'm kind of like, it's very like fresh. It's not heavy and dense, you know? It's not overly sweet. Like, you can wear this. It is cooler in temperature, so I do think this is a spring and summer perfume. I don't think it's a very fall and winter. But it's very feminine. But I do think this is more mature. Like, on the more like mature side compared to the other rose I feel like, oh my gosh, we had so many rose perfumes today. I feel like compared to the other rose perfumes, this is definitely more mature. And it's delicate. It's like, it's giving. It's giving. But it's very moderate. Like we're done. I didn't get much of the caramel, I didn't get much of the vanilla. I did get some of the musk and the rose. The tonka is also not that there. Like, not that there. What is that? No, it's not that prevalent. The tonka, because sometimes I feel like tonka kind of takes over. Sometimes in some perfumes. But it's really not. Like, kind of stays consistent. And I think the last thing that you smell once the, you know, perfume kind of quote-unquote dies out is the rose. It's the rose and kind of that freshness, those leafy tones. That's it. Like, it smells like the rose flower. Like, I feel like it's kind of every single part of the rose flower, like from the stem to the leaf to the actual petals. Wait guys, I'm being poetic right now. That's so cool. That's so cool. But it kind of smells like that. It's kind of like, it starts with the stems, then it kind of goes into the leaves, and then the rose, and then the last thing that you'll smell is the rose. Because eventually, like, once the perfume starts kind of like fizzling out, like kind of going away, the sweetness of the rose is there. Like, the kind of, those green notes kind of take the back seat, you know? So if this perfume was a person, they're probably someone who regularly like, their hobby and their like go-to activity is to go to cafes that are either pink themed or flower themed, you know? And like, sometimes you have those like flower shop slash coffee slash cafe slash bakeries. Like, I think this person would be really interested in that. Like, anything botanical themed, anything pink themed, I think this person would be really into that. Like, this perfume is that person. It's the best way I could put it. And maybe they go there for their Instagram shots, or they're actually genuinely interested to see, like, oh my gosh, what's the decor like? I had fun with it. I had fun with it. The price is $30 for 100 ml. I could not find this on Fragrantica. My personal rating is a 7 out of 10. This is a very decent perfume. I really like the fact that it is more mature than the other perfumes that we saw today, but that is that for me. But yeah, that's it for this video. Some of these I think are very cool and definitely worth the try if you guys really like it. Coincidentally, a lot of rose perfumes, so if you're a rose person, I think this video is kind of for you. I think this video is for you. But thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below what you think, what your thoughts are. Obviously, I love it when you guys comment. Some of you have like such fantastic comments. Like, recently I saw like a lot of people were commenting down what they think the perfume smells like, and it's so descriptive, and it's always so much fun for me to read, because I do think that this is such a subjective experience. Like, sometimes like there are notes that will jump out to me that won't jump out to you, and vice versa. Like, sometimes you guys will say stuff that I didn't really think of, you know? It's cool. It's cool. It's cool to hear what you guys think. So comment down below. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more lifestyle and perfume videos, and make sure to follow my socials, my Instagram and my TikTok. If you made it this far, I love you already, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye!